last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Yep. So he's just got like a fake eye in his face, and it's pretty cool. But he comes to Wakanda. He's helping beat people up. Staff Lady gets killed when this giant grinder thing comes out of the Wakandan forest, starts kind of going around the battlefield. Scarlet Witch, she like lifts the grinder thing up, throws it at the team, not the bad team of zombie dudes. Murders a bunch of them, which, by the way, the battle was going pretty far fucking south till Scarlet Witch and Thor started helping, and there's even a joke. Bald Walking Dead lady's like, why was she waiting up there this whole time? And that's when Staff Man shows up, because Staff Lady's like, she's down here now. Go kill the dude with the gem in his head. And Staff Man's doing that and fighting Black Panther's sister and whatnot. Anyway, this is fucking disjointed. Do you feel like you've seen the movie now? If you don't see the movie, just buy this video. So Staff Lady gets like, there's more grinders flying around for some reason, and Scarlet Witch is just like, alright, I'm fucking done fighting this bitch. And she throws her up into one of them, and all that's left of her is some blue blood that gets on Black Widow's face. And she's like, that was gross, lols. Staff Man, I forgot how he dies. How did he die? Maybe he got hammered. What the fuck happened to Staff Man? Hashtag what happened to Staff Man, because Dippy can't remember. You don't need all that in the hashtag. But I can't remember. I'll remember in a minute, maybe. Because Hammerjerk was fighting Bruce Banner inside. I keep wanting to say Mark Ruffalo. I don't even want to call him Bruce Banner for some reason. But he's fighting him in the Hulkbuster, and he's getting like his arm ripped off and shit, and getting kind of beat up. He's like, Hulk, come out! And then, like, the most transforming he does is his head turns into Hulk's head, and he's like, no! And Banner's like, alright, well, we got some shit to talk about later. I'll just do it myself. And he starts kind of beating up Hammer Dude with one arm. He gets knocked down one more time. He grabs his arm that got ripped off, attaches it to Hammer Dude, launches him up into the barrier that's still around Wakanda, and it's like grinding Hammer Dude into paste, and then the rocket blows up outside the barrier, and apparently that's all it took to kill him. And he even says at one point, he's like, fine, this isn't going to be New York again. This suit kicked Hulk's ass, so I'm all set anyway. Fuck you, Hulk, I'm going to beat up Hammer Dude. And he did. He killed him. Dead. Rip. So Hammer Dude's dead. Staff Man's not actually dead, so put that finger back down. Telekinetic Dude got launched into space and is fucking a popsicle. Staff Lady got thrown into one of her weird grinder thingies, which is probably not a good idea to bring that. I mean, I guess nobody knew Scarlet Witch was God mode sometimes. And then Staff Man, fucking, I think he gets blown up. What happens to him? I don't remember. He's so, the staff dudes are like so forgettable. I don't know what happens to him. I think he gets nuked. I don't know. Black Panther doesn't kill him because Black Panther doesn't do much in this one. Cap gets like some cool hits in on zombie dudes. And then after all the henchmen are dead, they're like, oh, I feel something coming. And surprise, there's Thanos. He's got the Tesseract, the Soul Gem, Power Gem, Time Gem, the Reality Gem. So he's got 5. All he needs left is the Mind Stone. And mind you, they don't really tell you what the Soul Gem does at this point. I don't even fucking know. I'm not sure. It's yellow, just like the Mind Stone. So, whatever. He shows up, though. He doesn't kill any of the Avengers. He just kind of crunches War Machine suit up and just kind of tosses him aside. He makes Falcon crash and kind of throws him away. I forget what he does. He's just throwing everybody around, and then meanwhile Vision's like, Scarlet Witch, destroy the gem, because earlier in the movie I said only you could do it. By matching the force of the gem, you'll destabilize its atoms and it'll... And so she's like, fine, because, you know, this Titan's fucking coming at us with every power in the book, so I'll do that. And when she starts trying to laser him with her Scarlet powers, whatever they are, they do a lot of stuff in this movie. They're lasers, telekinesis, mind reading, flying, it's like shielding. I don't know what she is. She's just fucking powerful. But she's like shooting Thanos while destroying the stone, and it blows up. And Thanos doesn't get mad. He just walks up and she's like, "Girl, I understand why you did what you did. There's no time for crying." And he kind of emphasizes the time part, and then he walks up to the patch of dirt where Vision used to be before the stone blew up, and he's like, "See what I mean? I made it funny." And he reverses time. Vision comes back, and he's like, "Oh, fuck." And then Thanos grabs him, plucks the stone out of his head, leaves like a big robotic gory hole. Gory? Vision like loses color and he's all black and white, and he just kind of discards him, and he's fucking dead, and his eyes are all rolled up and whited over. RIP Vision 2018. Hi, Cat. And then he puts the final gem, the mind gem, which was the center gem, even though it wasn't big enough to fit it, but he puts it in there. I wonder what would happen if he changed the order. Whatever, he's got all 6. He kind of gets like rainbowy vein thingies going in him, and he's like, "Brother, I'm powerful. Fucking hi, I got my gauntlet." And then Thor kind of comes out of nowhere with Stormbringer, and Stormbringer's got like an axe part and a hammer part. He just wedges the axe part in Thanos kind of across here, and Thanos is like, "Fuck." And he's just on his knees dying, and then he's, all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, you should have gone for my head." Then he lifts up his glove and goes, and then white light, he's back in the like lake place that he got the soul gem in, and he sees his daughter. Oh, he doesn't see her the first time, he just kind of wakes up in the pool with the soul gem in his hand. The second time he goes there, it's some weird Vision-y place. "Yeah, get what I did?" Young Gamora's there. He's like, "Did you do it, Dad?" And he's like, "Yeah, I did it." And she's like, "At what price?" And he's like, "A fuck ton." And then he looks all sad, actually, and I think it's mostly because of her. But at this point, you know, white light, snaps fingers, "Cat's on my TV." Before that, Thor's like, "What have you done?" And then white light. And then he comes back. Like, he fades back to him being in Wakanda again. And he's holding the glove up still from when he snapped his finger, but it's all fucky and messed up. Still got the gems in it. And he just kind of gets up from having an axe in him, which is, I don't know, he seems kind of injured by it, and he teleports himself away using the Tesseract. And he just kind of shows up elsewhere in Wakanda. But like before that, everybody's like, "So what did he do? What did the gauntlet do? Is it a thing? I thought somebody was yelling at me from the wall. I don't like apartments." That's what everybody said. And then, like, the next thing everyone knows, in every setting in the movie, people just start, like, turning into poo gas and dissipating. So back on Titan, Doctor Strange, Drax, Groot, Spider-Man, I think the Nova lady, Gamora's sister, I don't remember. They all turn into poo gas, and it's literally just Iron Man on Titan alone, so there's nobody to teleport him. He's probably going to make a ship in a cave with a box of scraps or some shit and end up back on Earth. Then on Earth, I think Falcon, Bucky. Bucky's the first to go, because he's like, "Steve," and he drops his gun and turns into poo gas. It's just gone. And then Falcon was next. Then Wanda, she turns into poo gas. Vision's already dead, so I guess Thanos said, "I don't need to disintegrate you into poo gas. You're already a black and white dead body. Fuck it." So yeah, he dead. I think Black Panther dies. Like, he's getting bald Walking Dead lady up off the ground, and because I think she shanked Staff Man or something. I don't even know. What the fuck happened to Staff Man? Shit. He's getting her up. He's like, "Shake it off," or something. Then he turns into poo gas. Dead. And then actually Spider-Man's death was, they were really going for like something heart-wrenching, because everybody else is kind of peacefully turned into gas, but he's just like, I don't feel good, Tony. Or he just calls him Stark, and he's like, I want to go, I want to die. And he hugs, and then Iron Man puts him down on the ground, and then he just goes, and he kind of like stares off in the distance after shitting himself. That's what I was going for. And he turns into poo gas, so everybody's poo gas, and then Thanos goes and sits on some throne in Wakanda. I think he's still in Wakanda, and he just, his Stormbringer wound is just gone, and he's just like, yay, I did it. And he smiles, because earlier in the movie he said all he wants to do is erase half the population of the universe when he's done, and he'll sit down and just smile, because he's brought balance to the universe. So he does. He just sits there with his shitty dead glove, and is like, hooray, I did it. I saved the universe from too much life in it. Because, a little bit of backstory, his own planet went to shit. He uses the reality stone to show him before they start fighting on his planet. And he's like, I proposed to everyone that we kill half of everyone, just randomly. Won't favor the rich or anything. They'll all just be chosen from and murdered. And surprise, nobody wanted to do that, so they didn't. So he's like, alright, I'll just get the stones, Luigi, and you won't make shit, because I'll kill you all. Yeah, also Nowhere got pretty fucked up too. Like, So everywhere is like, everywhere is all messed up by, what was I getting at? Nowhere was screwed up, and he was using the reality gem to kind of make it look unscrewed up to trick Gamora. His own planet was screwed up on... He said it was because the people didn't let him kill half of them, he claims. Because he's like, I predicted this, and then he undoes his reality gem, and they're Titan shows, this is a desert planet again. Yeah, but like, half of the Avengers are dead. Everyone in the theater was freaking out while people melted. Or, well, actually poo-gassed away, and then the movie just ends with Thanos smiling, and then surprise, it's a two-parter after all. I thought they said it wasn't gonna be, but it was. Fuckers. So it ended up being one. The only real credit scene, they kind of tease you, because you keep thinking there's gonna be one. It shows the Infinity War logo, which fades away into not poo gas, and then more credits, and then the only scene really is Nick Fury and his assistant lady that was also an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's a good show. They're just driving along, a car kind of T-bones that car in front of them, and they're like, oh, check them, is everyone okay? Of course, there's nobody in the seat, because poo gas. A helicopter behind them is flying into a building, because it also got poo gas for pilots. It blows up, people are turning into poo gas all around them. His assistant lady does, because Thanos didn't like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I guess. And then he goes to a car, gets out of the thingy, presses a button to signal somebody, and then he's like, motherfucker, and he turns into poo gas. The thing falls on the ground, and it's got like a weird calculator-like screen on it that looks all shitty, but somehow has the ability to turn into the colors and symbol of Captain Marvel lady. So I guess she's gonna help the world now that it's poo gas. Yeah. So the implication is we're not getting the sequel to this for a while. We're gonna be seeing Captain Marvel first, a few other movies. I don't know, I haven't seen the schedule yet. But yeah, we're not gonna know what happens for a long time. Just everybody's fucking dead. Someone pointed out to me after the movie, the original core Avengers are still alive. Pretty much everybody else is dead. So, yeah, it's just the core Avengers. They're gonna have to fight Thanos without their friends, without the god powers of Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch. Now they just have, well, I mean, Thor. He's got Stormbringer, that's gonna help, and they've been fucking building him up in this movie and Thor 3, so that'll be a thing. I kind of thought at one point Dormammu was going to come to bargain when the Time Stone was being handed to Thanos. I was really hoping for that, because I mean, I think Dormammu might be on a level above Thanos. Or maybe that dude that caused Ragnarok. Maybe both. They'll DNA digivolve. That's not gonna happen. I think I pretty much covered what happened. Spoiler warning now. It was a pretty good movie. I mean, it really was just a bunch of fighting. The other movies kind of blueballed me a bit because I kind of felt like action was missing in a lot of them. Like the original Iron Man, I think the fight was kind of alright, but he just beats him by making him freeze the enemy. Mr. Freeze! Sure. Iron Man 2 was kind of had poops. 3 I didn't like. It was generic bad dudes. Thor 2, his final fight was shit. First fight in Thor was shit. So I got blueballed a lot with action, is what I'm trying to say. And this one really upped it. It's all the movie was just fighting. Yeah, Cap really did get like 6 lines, but this kind of everybody got 6 lines. He got to be a bit of a badass in the fight. Doctor Strange was like one of the MVPs. Fucking Scarlet Witch was above and beyond MVP, which really kind of reverses the whole gender roles because she's the one bailing the Vision out. They're in some weird like gross relationship. It's gross because he's not real. I guess he was. I don't know. He's Jarvis. Jarvis has been Jarvis enough, right? It's Paul Bettany. Whatever. He looked weird without his makeup. Hashtag keep Vision makeup on. Make that shit trending. This is a good movie overall. I mean, they said, fuck you, there's gonna be part 2 in like 10 years. It's probably gonna be what causes the reboot, because everybody's like dead. I'm maybe expecting Miles Morales Spider-Man to show up. Maybe. If they're gonna bring back all the Avengers that died. I mean, you got the Time Stone around. Just mix that with the other gems. I think the Soul Gem will help bring their souls back or some shit. Or, I don't know. Maybe they're all in that lake place with young Gamora. Maybe they're all Babs. Bab Avengers, Bab Guardians. They'll have their own adventures like the Muppet Babies. One can only hope. I guess. But, yeah. It was a pretty good movie. I liked it. A lot of good action. Like, really good, well choreographed. The Hulk Thanos fight was good. The fight on Titan with Thanos was good. Not so much the final fight. The final war was okay. I can't even remember what happened to Staff Man, so apparently it must not have been that great. Staff Lady just got ended. Fucking Telekinesis Man just got shot into space. Hammer Dude, his death was pretty cool, I guess. Dr. Banner got to use his mind to win the fight on top of a giant mecha juggernaut suit. That helps too. But, you know, he didn't have to rely on Hulk. But they make you think maybe Hulk will bust out, but nope. Not till the next movie, jerks. Because it was better that way. I mean, there's plot, thinking. Don't stop. Okay, please. Yeah, so there was some cool fights. I feel like overall it was a pretty good movie. Really just rife with action, no plot development, or no real like storytelling or character driven things, because this is a movie that's like following 26 or something other movies, and it's a crossover movie. And if you ever watch Power Rangers crossover shit, nobody ever gets character development. That's a lie. Yes, they do. So what's your excuse, Disney, Marvel? Whatever, there's a lot of characters and they gotta make explosions and fighting. So maybe they should have had more character development. But, you know, they had movie fights that were pretty good. I wish Vision would have done more than get shanked and whilst, like, dying half the movie. We'll see what happens, though. The Gauntlet's all fucked up. All the newer Avengers that weren't in the first, basically the first movie, are dead. All the ones that aren't in it, just they're poo gas now, hanging with baby Gamora, probably. Yeah. Thanos is sitting in Wakanda somewhere, smiling at a sunrise. My voice is cracking more and more. And I think that's pretty much everything. I don't want to stop the video because I feel like I'm missing something. I mentioned Thor getting the poopy eye. It's called poopy eye because Rocket's like, I've been keeping that in my butt. That's why it smells like shit. And then it like cuts away. And he's all like, yeah, I would have washed that first. He runs into Bucky and he's like, hey, how much for that arm? I'm going to get that arm later, jerk. But you can't because it's poo gas now. So is he. Yeah. So there was a lot of cool interactions between everybody. Chris Pratt, Peter Quill, was like being a dick to every Avenger he ran into. He and Spider-Man were talking about pop culture 80s movies or whatever. Is my PS3 updating? Because I got a thing. Whatever. Yeah, a lot of cool interactions. Groot has like a simple one with Cap. He's like, I am Groot. And Cap is like, I'm Steve Rogers. And then Thor, like on the pod with Rocket and Groot, is responding to Groot because he understands him. And Rocket's like, you speak Groot? And he's like, yeah, I was an elective back in Asgardian college. So he knew it, which is cool. Thor talks about being like 1,500 years old, so his age is finally confirmed. And that's not very old, actually, for... Is Norse mythology that old? I don't know, but he starts kind of like crying over all of his friends and shit being dead, and he's like, oh, but my mind's clear, rage and vengeance do that to a guy, so I'll be ready to fucking kill Thanos. Which he almost does, and they do kind of make you think that's how it ends, and then that's when Thanos is like, I win. Yeah, so it was a good movie. I'd recommend it. Kind of just want Avengers 2 to be next, but I guess we gotta have Captain Marvel because she's all cosmic and might know how to help. She didn't get poo gas somehow. It'll be interesting to see what happens when half the world's population's dead. That should leave like nuclear plants running without anybody probably, and everybody's panicking, and the world is gonna collapse, and a lot of shit would go very badly without half the population. So we'll see what that does. Hopefully they're as realistic as you can be with that, because that'll make it interesting. There's supposed to be more Black Panthers coming out. Maybe even before Infinity Gauntlet 2.2. Yeah, so just go see Infinity War, or watch this to get the same experience with a shitty resolution, and I need more megapixels. Yeah, maybe I'll follow up later if I can think of things, but I can't, so I'm gonna go poop and take a shower now. This is a good movie. Go see it. I give it half a thumbs up out of 2. Nah, maybe like a 70%, 75%. The only thing I didn't really think would happen was Cap living. And by Cap, if that part even got caught, is Iron Man. I didn't think Iron Man would be living. Thought he would die. I knew Spider-Man would. But I didn't foresee poo gas death. So whatever, goodbye. Is my face on? Ah, drunk, you're drunk.